The Jacksonville Jags made a lot of good moves this offseason. They're going to be a really good team. They got the quarterback, got the head coach, playoff team last year, won a playoff game. Travis Etienne's back for his full second year. A lot of good pieces around it, but there's one under the radar move that nobody's really talking about. It's a draft pick from the 6th round, and actually PFF was all over this. So PFF ranked all the teams and gave them a grade based on their offseason and what they did. So they said Jacksonville free agency was quiet for Jacksonville, which is a good thing. I think we look at that like, come on, let's add this or that. Free agency, you don't have to force things there. So they don't do that, but they get Calvin Ridley back. Travis Etienne's going to come back for a second full year after a really good last year, which was basically his rookie year after not playing the year prior. But they draft Penn State receiver Parker Washington, who had just 3 drops last season and an elite contested catch rate of 71% while working primarily from the slot. Now, if you look at Jacksonville's depth chart and who they have at wide receiver, Christian Kirk Lovett, Ridley, Zay Jones. So you've got the wide receivers to go with the quarterback, the running back. Everything looks good there. But then you start looking at depth. Jamal Agnew is not a true receiver. I mean, yes, he is, but he's a punt returner guy, can get in there and do some things. He was with Detroit for a while. And by the way, if you're new to our channel, we make videos around teams that just don't get the national love like they should. Jacksonville Jaguars being one of them. Our primary channel is all about the Detroit Lions. We're Detroit Lions fans. You can check us out at Sports Talk Detroit. That's our main channel. But then we like to cover other teams as well on this channel that don't get the love like they should. This move, Jamal Agnew was with the Lions, loved him, great punt returner, kick returner, but is he going to be a wide receiver depth piece? I guess, but he's not somebody that you can actually, really count on as like a 4th wide receiver or whatever. So Parker Washington comes in as a really key piece. Now, a couple things about this guy at Penn State, very good. Okay, so actually looked at some interviews of his offensive coordinator, Ty Howell, said that this is a phenomenal kid. He's only 5'10", 200 pounds, career catches of 150 career catches, 2,000 yards and 12 touchdowns over his career at Penn State. So nothing eye-popping, but just a consistent guy that played early at Penn State. So that shows that he mentally can translate to the NFL. His offensive coordinator said he just translates well the offense to the NFL because he's slippery. He is good mentally. And this is a guy that you can he's got a skill set that can translate because of his hands. And that's what we saw in PFF. It doesn't drop the ball and makes contested catches. That's welcome to the NFL, right? That's the NFL all day, every day, unless you're an absolute elite guy. You're going to have contested catches in traffic and you got to make those grabs. And so now, and this is how NFL teams really translate and make that leap from, hey, really good team or a good team to really make the leap, is you need some of these guys that come out of nowhere. This 6th round pick is one of those guys that you got to have him come out of nowhere and make something happen. So if you go back and look at this depth chart, this is where it gets kind of exciting for the Jags, because offensively, up and down, you're just really good. Offensive line's good. Just the starters are great, but who's going to emerge out of here? So let me know, Jags fans, who is a wide receiver other than the top 3 that you kind of like? Seth Williams, Tim Jones, and I don't want to pretend to know. I know all these guys. Prior, I remember Agnew, I know firsthand from being at the Lions. Parker Washington. You need somebody to rise up. You need somebody out of nowhere, and that's what you see. The Lions had that last year with James Houston and John Kaminsky, a couple of guys you never heard of that really come out and play well. And that's how your team goes from, hey, we're in this rebuild, we're in this whatever, to really expedite that process. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on that. I thought it was an interesting article. Again, we'll go back here. A B-. I thought that was a little low based on, but then I started to think about it. It's not that the Jaguars should have had a higher offseason grade. It's that they bring back everybody from a really good season. Quarterbacks in another year, head coaches in another year, Calvin Ridley, Travis Etienne, offensive line's good, defense is going to get better. I mean, all the things look good. I mean, you look at defensively, Trayvon Walker, for example, is in his second year. And to think that that guy's not going to get better and just be really good. Josh Allen, love it. Love their secondary. It's kind of underrated, but I like it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, Jaguars fans, on this team, where they're headed. And again, if you're new to our channel, we make videos and cover stories for teams that don't get covered from the national media. No one ever really talks about the Jags, even though they should, because they have Trevor Lawrence. You get really a lot of things going on. So I love it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.